Hello, I'm Robert Domondon, and we're here to explore how to develop strategic staff. Why explore strategic staff? My basic premise is by developing strategic staff, we achieve destination hospital status. And it is through this strategic staff we achieve faster and better clinical and financial outcomes, better customer satisfaction, and loyalty. What does strategic means? It means necessary to or important in the initiation, conduct, or completion of a strategic plan. Or it means of great importance within an integrated whole or to a planned effect. It is not related to tactics or short-term goals, but rather to the mission of the organization. It is related to the reason, the purpose of the organization's existence. Firstly, let us identify who are the strategic staff. In a patient-family centric model, where the patient and family are at the center, the strategic staff is the multidisciplinary care team. It is composed of the doctor, the nurses or therapists, and not only that, it's the people who directly serve and interact with the patient family across the healthcare continuum. In other words, it is person who interacts from admission to discharge. What kind of workers are they? What sets them apart from the others? Well, in their head, they have specialized knowledge. In their heart, they have certain qualities. And in their hand, they have certain skills, to put it simplistically. They are the knowledge-skilled workers whose hearts and minds are aligned with the mission of the organization. This is the strategic staff. In this day and age, knowledge is power. In fact, knowledge with special skills is much more powerful. The strategic advantage of any hospital lies with the programs and services applied by the strategic knowledge-skilled workers who are aligned with the corporate mission. It is this kind of workers that will give continuing results in faster processing and cycle times, better clinical outcomes, better financial outcomes, better patient satisfaction, and better customer loyalty. What is the current situation or problem? We have been experiencing high turnover and low retention of the skilled staff. They come and they go, and thus we lose in investments in their training, their acquisition of knowledge and skills. Now let's explore some solutions. To attract competent and skilled workers, the conventional wisdom is, let's throw money at them. What if we throw money at the problem? What would happen? Would this be the solution? Let's explore a typical scenario.
You have great credentials. You're hired. Here's a ton of bonus money.
Awesome. How long is my contract?
2 moons and 1 mustard festival.
Time's up. Goodbye.
Huh?
That doesn't happen all the time, but you get what I mean. Okay, let's explore some solutions, the path to developing strategic staff. And I've got about 5 points. And to put it in perspective, we're just talking about staff, the human resource. Number 1, focus on the core strategic staff. Know them. In reality, they comprise about 20% of your staff, but they are responsible for 80% of your quality outcomes if we apply the Pareto's rule. They are committed, They are aligned to the corporate mission. They will leave if unvalidated, if they sense unfairness, disillusionment, or they're entering a new phase in life and they have to move on. In other words, they won't stay not for the money, otherwise, they would have left already. They have stayed because they have felt a connection with the organization. They have contributed, they love the people they work with. And so we must empower them. We have to create an environment to empower them to contribute to the achievement of the hospital goals of better outcomes. We have to create the structures for reproducible fruitfulness. Just like a vine needs structure to grow and be fruitful, so likewise, the staff, the teaching staff needs certain structures for them to bear much fruit. And we'll talk about that fruit later. We must organize for success to tap into their innovation so that we may produce new services and programs. Let's first talk about the importance of an organizing influence or a vision. You see, the grapevine is a domesticated plant. It would not grow by itself or bear fruit by itself. The vineyard is a result of a vision in the mind of the grower, and his overall goal is fruitfulness. The vine and its fruit depends upon the structures and the appreciation of the environment and condition for fruitfulness. The grower prunes and puts focus on the plant so that it can bear much fruit. Okay, let's talk about the structures for the head. We know that knowledge is power. Now, how can we harness this intellectual capital that resides in everyone? We must have knowledge management systems. It is a range of strategies and practices used to identify, create, represent, distribute, and enable adoption of clinical and operational insights and experiences. And it is not just computers. It is embodied in individuals or embedded in organizational processes or practice. What are the benefits? Despite skilled staff turnover, the strategic knowledge or capital, the resources are kept intra-company, inside, intact, mostly intact. And it will leverage the wisdom and expertise of people across the organization. People will have faster diagnostic times, faster treatment times, faster cycle times. And the good news is that the wiring is already in place. The technology is already there. We just need an organizing influence to prune and to give it focus. Now let's talk about the structure for the hand skills. Did you know that the distance between the ear and the head is about 2 inches from the ear to the brain? Now the distance between the head to the heart is about 14 inches. And the distance between the heart to the hand is about 2 feet. So you see, it's learning of the skills, putting knowledge and the skills into your hands, making them really competent. That is the challenge. With so much to learn, especially. That is why we need on-demand or just-in-time learning. This can help workers understand issues, acquire relevant information, solve complex issues by presenting supplementary information at the time of need or on demand, by displaying text, images, video, and even playing audio or speech. Visualize setting up a chest tube system. What if you can see it? Watch a 2-minute clip or have something ready to read and has pictures. That would definitely help. The benefits is that we would have faster, better outcomes. And quality system also dovetails with knowledge management systems, and it will show the best and the standard practices. And it is a constant ready resource for increasing everyone's competency. Now let's go to the matters of the heart. A wise man said that guard your heart, for out of it comes the issues of life. We usually hire for two basic reasons. One is character. Do they have the qualities to do the job well? Secondly, competency. Are they competent enough to do the job? But what if we hire character first and build upon their basic competency? I think that would be the right thing to do whenever possible. What are the qualities that we're looking for that would make them align with the mission of the hospital? They must be courteous, caring, customer-oriented, be a team player, and a constant learner, etc. And because we serve a diverse world, so our staff must be diverse too. So the last but not the least, earlier we talked about the importance of having an organizing influence to harness all the power of all what we discussed. And that is why we need an innovation or knowledge management or teams manager. Someone who can bring this all together and present. What we need is a visionary manager to manage all this and be the gardener to prune and to give focus. So that way we can allow the organization to respond to external or internal opportunities and use its creative efforts to introduce new ideas, processes, or products. It involves workers at every level in contributing creatively to a company's development. Did you know that 20 to 60% of tomorrow's services and revenue streams shall come from here? With that in mind, let's look at some experiences. Of course, there have been not great experiences with regards to this area, but there are some low-lying fruits that we can get. Because collaboration is an aspect where we can get fruits. Collaboration is an important source of innovation, and innovation is increasingly brought to the market by multidisciplinary teams selected according to their comparative advantages and operating in a coordinated manner. Thus, we become world-class by encouraging organizational networking and cross-functional innovations across the healthcare continuum. Here we are at the end. So in summary, we have to create the environment to develop strategic knowledge and skilled workers whose hearts and minds are aligned with the mission of the hospital. It is not an elitist strategy, but because of your focus on the few, it is that focus on the few that you can reach the multitude. The superordinate goal is to achieve faster and better clinical and financial outcomes, patient loyalty, and better coordination across the healthcare continuum, from promotion, preventive care, curative care, and rehabilitative, and even up to home care. So from the day they were admitted to the day they were discharged and sent home, we would have impacted them for the better. Thank you for listening.